Hello guys, I hope you are doing well. Well, this is the book I chose. Its name is Dao Zu Shi, or its English translation that is Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. This is a Chinese book written by Mo Xiantong Shi. So, the book review. The date of publication of this book is not exact, but it was published in a year of 2015. The place of publication was Yinyang Wenshui Chen. This is an online website. The pages, it is hard to say exactly how many pages it has because of its publication was online, but it contains 113 chapters and 13 extras. The genre of this book is action, adventure, comedy, mystery, supernatural, and boys love. That's why its publication was so complicated because of the Chinese rules against this type of books. The subject of the book: right and wrong, gratitude and grudges, love and hatred, sentiment and resentment. It was really difficult to me to choose the subject of the book because this book, even when it has its main story, it tells us a lot of stories at the same time, and all of them teach us something. So it is quite difficult to define the subject of the book. However, what I chose, I consider are the main subjects of the book. So, before providing you my summary of the story, I wanted to give you some key concepts. So, this story is placed in the universe of ancient China, and its rules and its beliefs of magical tools and magical energy and so on. So, cultivation in this case means the ability of improve the spiritual energy. This energy could be good or could be bad. Also, in the book, it is presented the concept of a golden cord, that it is the representation of the key that all cultivators have. In the story, it is presenting as something physical, while in the reality, according to Taoism religion, the key, it is more spiritual. We cannot perceive it. The key is the circulating life force whose existence and properties are the basis of much Chinese philosophy and medicine. It's kind of the beliefs some people have about the karma. And finally, puppets. The puppets are corpses that can be controlled and have no consciousness. However, they can be controlled only with demonic energy, with using demonic cultivation. So, at the very beginning, the story presents us 5 clans, 5 cultivational clans. However, one of these 5 cultivational clans doesn't follow the rules, and they uses demonic cultivation. The first 4 have the power because of that, and there is kind of problems between all of them because the Wen clan have the idea they must be the person who is in charge, well, the clan who is in charge and the more powerful clan, when in the reality is the Yin clan that is represented here in golden color. So the clans we have are the clan Lan, that it is this. Then we have the clan Yang, that it is this. The clan Nie, the clan Yin, and finally the clan Wen. So the main characters of the story are Lan Chan, or correctly named Lan Wangji, and Wei Yin, or correctly named Wei Wuxian. Actually, the main character of all the story is Wei Yin. Every little thing turns around him. So, my summary is the following. Wei Wuxian was considered the founder of the so-called demonic cultivation, a great teacher hated by millions due to the chaos he created with its puppets. Wuxian was assassinated by powerful clans who combined forces to defeat him before the beginning of the story. 13 years later, he incarnates in the body of a young man named Mo Xuanyu through a forbidden ritual. Mo Xuanyu is a lunatic abandoned by its clan who offered his body to Wei in sacrifice with the aim of taking revenge on his hated family. Following one series of coincidences after another, Wei Yin is reunited with Lan Wangji, the second young master of the Yusulan clan, who was always the opposite of him, leading to several clashes in the past. Lan Wangji recognizes Wei Wuxian in Mo's body and decides to take him with him to the Gusu Lan clan, marking the beginning of a hilarious journey, fighting puppets, monsters, and solving a series of mysteries. And Wei Wuxian slowly discovers that Lan Wangji, with its indifferent character and its complicated personality, hides much deeper feelings for him that he lets on. So what I wanted to explain you here is just an idea that comes to my mind while I was reading the book. Because in the universe of the novel, the Taoism religion and beliefs are really present. So to me, what the author wanted to do with the main characters was represent a yin-yang symbol. Why? Because as you can read here, yin-yang symbol holds its roots in Taoism, a Chinese religion and philosophy, in which the yin, the dark thrill, is associated with shadows and the through of a wave. The yang, the light thrill, represent brightness, passion, and growth. They are opposites, however they complemented each other, and one cannot exist without the other. Well, according to the personalities of each one of these main characters, I believe this. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Wei Yin's personality and Lan Chan's personality. For example, Lan Chan is stubbornly obedient to the rule of his sect. He is perceptive and intelligent. However, he sometimes broke the rules if they went against his personal sense of justice, and in some occasions he steals flowers, and also he steals a kiss from Wei Wuxian. He is known for his strong moral compass. He's always present. He appeared in everywhere there is chaos. He didn't care about gain fame or glory. He just go to wherever people needed help. Also in the book, they present us that Lan Chan was stubborn from his childhood, in a scene that he is insistent on visit his mother's even when he passed away, and he knew he wouldn't return. In bad times, Lan Chan tends to have a taciturn demeanor, and he cannot easily show its emotions. He is always serious and distant. So there is a scene in when Lan Xishen, its older brother, explained to Wang Yin that Wang Yin's personality uh, it's complicated. It says something like, with Wang Yin's personality, how could we know the things if we do not ask him? He and also if we do the question, he sometimes is going to say nothing. However, an interesting thing is that Lan Chan is a passionate person that feels things deeply. The problem with him is that he doesn't show these feelings. While with the personality of Wei Wuxian, he possessed an energetic and mischievous personality, caring little for rules and decorum. He enjoyed teasing others and flirting with girls, but despite of its fact, he really cares about his relatives and friends, and also he is really smart and creative. He also creates a tool for control better the puppets he raised. And something interesting is that he can easily show its emotion. He is always smiling and it's like a child. He has a strong sense of justice. However, he considers the rules he must follow aren't good. He considers these rules are wrong, due to the fact that some of these rules do not serve a common justice. For example, there is a scene in which the clan Yin wants to kill the elders and kids of the Wen's clan, and he refuses and asks why the clan is going to do that if these people is just innocent people and people who cannot protect themselves. So that's why he considered the rules and the concept of justice of the apparently good clans are wrong. And this is one of the reasons he started to use the money cultivation to protect the people who really need to be protected. So, the symbolism behind the musical instruments. Something really interesting is that they use music for control puppets or for heal and increase the power of the key. So Lan Chan plays the wuqin or the sitar, and Wei Yin plays the dixi or the flute. So the wuqin is viewed as a symbol of Chinese high culture. So as Lan Chan is the perfection, it is a way of show us this. However, in contrast, Wei Yin plays the dixi, that is something that was traditionally popular amongst the common folks for its simplicity, and thus made relation to the tragic and humble past of Wei Yin. So Wei Wuxian theme song, Drunken Dreams of the Past. This song is the opening of the anime version of this book. The book actually has a lot of versions. It has an audio drama, an anime, a manga, and also a live action version. These verses of the song really catch my attention because it is really shown the way of thinking of Wei Yin. For example, He says, I explore both orthodoxy and heresy. He's referring to the way of cultivation that he explored the good way and the bad way of cultivation, observing the pandemonium, because while he was experimenting with demonic cultivation, all the clans go against him and wanted to eliminate him, taking on a solitary fight against it all, as I said before. Yet I've not abandoned my innermost core, living an unstrained life. Vice and virtue are both illusory, yet the scars with the heart will not fade. He is referring here that the glory and fame is not important, while he follows his heart and his own way of justice. Actually, I really like the fact that in all the versions created, there are songs that actually represent the true feelings of our characters. Well, here I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the first contact I have with this really cool story. And well, what happened was that I first found the series. I first found the drama, and I finished the drama, and after that I find out that it was a book. Something that I really find really funny was that the name wasn't the same, and I didn't understand why. But then I investigate a little bit and find out that this happened because Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation has some of really descriptive scenes, and the series didn't want it to have like a real connection with this scene because of the strict rules that exist in China. Also, in the series, the story is presented like the story begins with the insurrection of Wei Yin, and then it presents you like a huge flashback, like around 30 or 20 something chapters. But in the book, this is not like that. In the book, they present you some scenes of the present, some scenes of the past, and that is quite of confusing. But it is really cool. It doesn't matter. And obviously, the huge difference between these two versions of the same story is that in the live action there is no gay romance because this series was presented on TV. So that's why there is no gay romance in the live action, and obviously in the book there is gay romance. So this is the song created in the audio drama. Its name is Huangshan because it is the combination of the names of Namanji. I really like this song because I feel like the lyrics transmits and express all the feelings of these beautiful and amazing characters. I really like the fact that this song is a duet, so I'm going to show you a little bit of this song. I was telling to you, this song is a duet and express both feelings. Here we can see, for example, in this line, after 1,000 crises, yet you remain innocent, is the way how Lan Chan perceives Wei Yin, and also this part, like Gusu Lan once again bathed in youthful glow, hidden behind the clouds are distant mountain peaks. This refers to the moments they have passed together in Lanchan's sect. So to me it is really cool how this song describes all the story they passed together, all the moments they passed together. Well, this is the live action version of the song. In this case, the song is named Wu Ji, and I really like this song because it also represents very well the relationship between Wei Yin and Lan Chan. And for example, this line here, that the right and wrong had all happened, so what can it be taken as a dream after waking up? I like that because it makes reference to the insurrection of Wei Yin, and actually this song is a duet too, so I'm going to play a little bit of the song for you. So, as I told you before, I love these songs because they are pretty beautiful. They are really beautiful, and I love the fact that the lyrics shows you all the story and all the important things of the book, of the story, and also the fact that the musicality is like this ancient, and you have the sensation like you are in this ancient China universe. So it's pretty cool to meet that. So overall impression, well, this book to me is so complete and complicated and full of mysterious and full of funny moments. So I don't know, to me, even when it's a fiction story, I think, well, not everybody could have like powers and abilities and all that fights that are presented in the book, but it somehow makes you feel that it is real, because the personality of the characters makes you feel that they are complicated. You can easily find that you feel identified, like you feel a connection with them. So to me, this book is really cool. It deserves the time. You don't have the feeling that you are reading a book so heavy with 1,000 pages. You just feel like you are discovering and trying to understand the concept of the right, of the justice. Try to find who is the one who did that, who is the one who is really the bad guy. So it is quite good, this book. It is like adventure reading. So I think that is my overall impression of this book. So I think that's all. Thank you so much for listening all the explanation, and yeah, thank you so much and take care.